Today we will read, today we will study about the properties of irrational inequalities. Okay, then what we have studied in earlier previous classes. Okay, let's see. First, if x minus a to the power 2n or x minus a to the power 2n plus 1, and the second one is that, and third one is 1 by x minus a to the power 2n plus 1. Okay, it means that when this expression is appearing in your inequality, then when this expression is appearing in your inequality, what will you do? You will do first that you will make it positive. Then when x equals to a, you will take it as a answer. Okay, when you will take it as an answer, then when equals to sign in your inequality, then you will include your answer x equals to a. Okay, and when you are not equals to sign, then you have to exclude x equals to a. Okay, you have to check it. Okay, and second one says that when the power is odd, you have to simply replace with the x minus a. You have to simply replace with the x minus a. And if it is in denominator, then you have to exclude x equals to a from the answer. You have to exclude x equals to a from the answer. That's okay. Okay, because why I am saying that, because x minus a to the power 2n behaves like a positive number. Okay, only it can be 0, but it can't be negative because its power is even. That's why it behaves as a positive number, and that is called a Chun-Monia concept. Okay, that is called a Chun-Monia concept. And when these expressions are appearing in your inequality, okay, then you will fresh your garbage by dividing this inequality. And when you watch this expression in your inequality, you will simply replace it by x minus a. And when you are watching this is in denominator, then you will exclude x equals to a from your answer. This Chun-Monia concept says. At last, you have to apply the number line, and you have to watch where the inequality is positive, where the expression is positive, negative, not the inequality. Okay, where the expression is positive, negative. Okay, that's okay. Let's see today irrational inequalities. We will see today irrational inequalities. Okay, irrational inequalities. Before we do that, we should know also little bit about modulus of a number. What is a modulus? Okay, because there is a little use in irrational inequality. Okay, let's see what is a modulus of a number. Modulus of a number. Okay, may I say it as a modulus of x? Okay, modulus of x. And as you have studied in your class 9th or standard 9th or 10th, that modulus makes any number positive. It is very simple process. What does it? It does any number positive. Okay, let's see examples. First example is when you apply modulus on 4, it equals to 4. When you apply modulus of 5, it equals to 5. Modulus of 7 equals to 7. Modulus of 6 equals to 6. Okay, it means from these examples, you are saying that positive number is coming out as it is. Positive number is coming out as it is. Okay, coming out as it is. And let's see here example number 5. When you apply modulus on -5, when you apply modulus on -5, then it equals to 5. Then modulus of -6, it equals to 6. Modulus of -7, it equals to 7. Modulus of -8 equals to 8. And modulus of -9, it equals to 9. That's okay. Then you can watch this explanation that modulus doesn't affect any positive number. Modulus doesn't affect any positive number. Okay, because the positive number is coming out as it is, but the negative number becomes positive. Then we should think that how the negative number becoming positive, how these negative numbers are becoming positive. It means that there is a concept behind it, that -5 becomes +5, -6 becomes +6, -7 becomes +7, -8 becomes +8, and -9 becomes +9. It means that when -5 comes out from the modulus, it takes minus sign. Okay, and when it then -6, then minus into -5 equals to 5. Then how it can be possible that modulus of -5 equals to 5? Okay, there is no magic. Simply a magic is that when the negative number is coming out from the modulus, it takes negative sign from the negative sign before its number. Okay, it means that -7 is coming out minus of -7, and -8 is coming out as minus of -8, and -9 is coming out as minus of -9. Okay, it means that you can write here also that negative number is coming with minus sign. Okay, and modulus of 0 equals to 0. Modulus of 0 equals to 0. These are the properties of modulus of a number. What modulus says? If a positive number you are putting inside the modulus, it doesn't affect the positive number. Okay, it comes as it is. But when you put inside the modulus a negative number, it is taking minus sign before the negative number. Then it is becoming positive, na? Then it is becoming positive. Okay. It means that if I want to express modulus of x, what should I write? Modulus of x equals to x. Modulus of x equals to x when x greater than equals to 0, and modulus of x equals to minus x when x less than 0. Okay, is there any doubt? Because when it is positive means 0. Positive means greater than 0. Positive means greater than 0. Positive means greater than 0. It means that when it is coming out from the modulus as it is, it doesn't take minus sign. When it doesn't take minus sign when it is greater than 0, and it takes minus sign when it is less than 0. And this is the concept of modulus of a number, and you have to remember this only. Okay, and we will read further more basic concept about a modulus function. This is also called a modulus function. Okay, and rather than using the word function, I can use as a modulus machine, because machine, how what does it this machine is doing positive, negative number positive, and positive number also in positive. Okay, it means that when you have to write modulus of x, then you will write modulus of x equals to x when x greater than equals to 0, and modulus of x equals to minus x when x less than 0. Okay, please note it down. Okay, please note it down. Then we will read the properties of irrational inequalities and inequation. Okay, the properties of irrational inequalities and inequation. Irrational inequalities means that there will exist a square root function, or 1 by 2nth power of function. Okay, 1 by 2nth power of function. Okay, may I erase it? Okay, then, as you have studied that a square root of any number, any positive number is always positive. A square root of any positive number is always positive. Okay, a square root of any positive number is always positive. Okay, if I ask you under root 9 equals to 3 or plus minus 3, you will say 3, because square root is always positive. A square root is always positive. It means that root 9 or square root of 9 does not equals to plus minus 3. A square root of 16 equals to 4 and does not equals to plus minus 4, and a square root of 25 equals to 5 does not equals to plus minus 5. Okay, but as we know the concept of the concept of whole square form, as you can watch here that minus 3 whole square is also equals to plus 9, and you are saying that it equals to 3. Okay, and minus 3 whole square, it also equals to 9, and it is equals to 3. Okay, and you are saying that 3 whole square equals to root 9, it also equals to 3. Then there is a reason behind it. What the reason is? The reason is that the under root of x square, as we know that a square root of is always positive, and if any squared number inside the square root, it means it does not equals to x, and it is equals to modulus of x. Okay, then you can put here any number, 5 whole square, then you can say here plus minus 5 whole square equals to plus minus 5. Okay, that's okay. It means that any square number inside the square root, then it will come out with taking a modulus sign. This is the sign of modulus, no? This is a sign of a modulus. It means that if I ask you under root x plus 1 whole square, then you will say modulus of x plus 1. And second, if I ask you under root a plus b whole square, then you will say under root modulus of a plus b. If I ask you under root of x to the power 4, then you will say x square. But x square is positive number. There is no need of applying a modulus here. Okay, then you can still write as simply x square. Okay, then you can apply x square, because x square is a positive number. There is no need, and there is no effect of a modulus on a positive number, because as we know that when we put positive number inside, when we put positive number inside modulus, it's come out as it is, and x square is always greater than equals to 0. X square is always greater than 0, as I have told you. Then x square is always greater than equals to 0. It means modulus of x square equals to x square. You can note it down also. Modulus of x square equals to x square. Okay. And a simple question is that when we apply on a modulus of plus minus 5, it equals to 5. It means that when you apply a modulus 5, it equals to 5, or when you apply modulus on minus 5, it also equals to 5. It means that when I ask you modulus equals to 4, then what will you say? X equals to plus minus 4. X equals to plus minus 4. Okay, it means that modulus of x to the power under root of x to the power 4 is equals to modulus of x square, that is equals to x square. That is this is the reason. That's why I have taught you the concept of a modulus. Okay, please note it down. Are you getting my point? Understood or not? Okay. Then I will ask you further, or I am asking you now, that if under root of x square, then we will not say that under root of x square equals to x. You will always say under root of x square equals to modulus of x. Okay. Then irrational inequalities. We will read about the properties of irrational inequalities, or the properties of inequation. Okay, let's see. May I erase it? Okay. We are doing revision only. Okay. I have taught you already in our language. Okay. I am trying my best to give you explanation in English also. Okay. You have to revise only. Then rather than using properties of irrational inequality, I will name it as a Yamuna Babu 5 concept of irrational inequality. Okay, is any problem? No. Okay, then I will write Yamuna Babu 5 concept of inequation and inequalities. And the first says fx equals to under root of fx equals to gx. Okay, under root of fx equals to gx. Then what you have to do with this equation, that from this concept, a square root is always positive. It means that the value of a square root under this function, it should also be greater than 0. What I am saying that, because as we know that a square root is always positive, and square root of this function, a square of this function is also positive. It means that gx should be here greater than 0. Gx should be greater than 0. Okay, greater than 0. And a square root, it means why? Because a square root is always positive. It means that gx should be greater than equals to 0. Okay, and then you will apply fx equals to gx whole square, gx whole square. Or rather than using a square root, you can apply it 1 by 2nth power also, 1 by 2nth power also. Then it will be fx equal to gx to the power 2n. Okay, that's okay. It means that first and second and third one, as we know that inside there is coming new concept. There is no coming new concept, but we have noticed not here. Okay, if the number is negative, inside a square root, then it becomes a complex number. It becomes a complex number, and that is not defined in real number. Then we will say third one is fx should also greater than equals to 0. That is third one. Okay, then how will you write answer? Then during writing answer you will take first condition intersection, second condition intersection, third condition. That's okay. Why I am taking as an intersection? Because if gx is less than 0, then is it possible that square root of any expression equals to negative? No. It cannot be possible that a square root is negative. Okay. Then second, then when you are making it positive, then you can apply whole square both side. Okay. Okay, note it down first. Then we the question on this concept. First question says that x square minus 1 into under root of 2x minus 1 equals to 0. Okay, note it down. It means that first, and if it is equals to 0, it means that x square minus 1 equals to 0 and under root of 2x minus 1 equals to 0. And here you will write x equals to plus minus 1, x square equals to 1, then x equals to plus minus under root of 1. What I have taught you, x square equals to, if x square equals to a, then x equals to plus minus of under root of a. Okay, that is applying. I am here. Okay, I am applying, that is here. Okay, it means x equals to plus minus under root of 1. X equals to plus minus under root of 1. And from this expression, a square root under root of 2x minus 1, x equals to 1 by 2. X equals to 1 by 2. But there is some problem in writing this as an answer, because when you take x equals to minus 1 and put here x equals to minus 1, then it is undefined, and this is not defined in a real number because it is a complex number. Okay, then x does not equals to minus 1 and your answer will be x equals to 1 and 1 by 2. Okay, then you have to very attentive during the writing answer. When you are writing answer, at least once you should check your answer that any number or any interval is such that the under a square root is it not negative or positive. Okay, when it is positive, then you can write here. Okay, but inside the square root, when it is negative, then you can't write, because inside the square root it will become complex number. Okay. Let's see second question. And or if you do not want to apply this concept, you apply this concept. What this concept says: if any expression under a square root or inside a square root, you have to, first of all, it should be greater than 0. 2x minus 1 greater than 0. You apply this, then 2x minus 1 greater than 0, it means 2x is greater than equals to 1. 2x is greater than equals to 1. It means x is greater than equals to 1 by 2. And x greater than equals to 1 by 2, is there possible that minus 1 is greater than 1 by 2? It can't be possible. No, it means that the answer will be only 1 and 1 by 2. Here x equals to 1 by 2 and 1 is greater than 1 by 2. So these two are in answer. Okay. And second question, what second question? Second question is, what the second question? Okay. 3 by under root of x plus 1 plus 1 plus 5 plus not 5, 2 under root of x plus 1, 2 under root of x plus 1 equals to 5. Okay. It means that when you look a same expression in various of terms in this equation, when you look same expression in the various of terms, then what will you do? You will consider under root x plus 1 as t. Okay, then it will become simple. Then 3 by t plus 1 plus 2t equals to 5. Then 3 by t plus 1, it means 2t square plus 2t upon t plus 1 equals to 5. Okay, then 2t square plus 2t square plus 2t plus 3 equals to 5t plus 5. It means that 2t square minus 3t minus 2 equals to 0, and 2t square equals to minus t plus t minus 2 equals to 0, and we will take 2t as a common here, and t minus 2 and plus 1, t minus 2 equals to 0, and t equals to minus 1 by 2. And what you have considered as t equals to here 2 here, and you have considered t as under root of x plus 1. Then t equals to under root x plus 1, and it is equals to minus 1 by 2 and 2. And from this concept, a square root is always positive. It immediately tell you that a square root cannot be negative. It means that minus 1 by 2 is not possible. It means that under root of x plus 1 equals to 4, under root of x plus 1 equals to 2, and x plus 1 equals to 4. It means x equals to 3 is your answer. Is there any doubt? No? Okay. Then we have two concepts we have read here. Okay, and the remaining are three concepts. Okay, let's see more examples. First concept only, no? Okay, and the second one, when fx is under root of fx is less than gx. Okay, we will take 2nth. Okay, we will take 2nth power of fx is less than gx. Okay, then what we'll do here? Okay, first note it down. Okay, first note it down. Okay, then note it down. Okay, let's see. It means that fx is less than gx to the power 2n when it is positive. First condition, when it is positive, because if it is not positive, when it is positive here, it can't be equals to 0 also, because a square root is always positive. Then is there any possibility the square root of fx is less than 0? No. Okay, that's why gx is always greater than 0. And third one is fx is greater than equals to 0. Fx is greater than equals to 0. Okay, then and when you will write answer, then you will apply intersection on these three conditions: 1, second intersection, 2, and third. Okay, and the not got. Okay, got it point here. Gx should be greater than 0. Why? Because gx should be greater than 0 if a square root of any function. Can it be possible that a square root of any expression is less than 0? No. It means that a square root of any expression cannot be less than 0. Cannot be less than 0. Okay, that's why I have written gx is always greater than 0. Okay, then let's see first question on this concept. Okay, first question is under root of 7 plus x is less than x. Okay, then see here that a square root of x plus 7, can it be possible then less than minus 1? No, because a square root of any expression is always positive. A square root of any expression in real number should be positive or always positive. Okay, it means that first x should be greater than 0, and second inside the square root, why I have written fx greater than equals to 0, because if inside a square root, if any expression is negative, then it will become a complex number that is not defined in a real number. That's why I have written here fx greater than equals to 0. Then by this concept, because it shouldn't be a negative number, it shouldn't be a negative expression, because if it is a negative expression, then it will become a complex number that is not defined in a real number. Okay, so when we apply fx greater than equals to 0 and gx should be also greater than 0, then we can square both side or apply a 2nth power both side. Okay, then do it here. First x greater than 0 and x plus 7 should also be greater than equals to 0, and third one is 7 plus x is less than x square. Okay, it means that x should be greater than 0, x plus 7 should be greater than 0. It means x greater than 0 here. This is first condition and this is second condition, and we have to solve it. X square minus x minus 7 is greater than 0, then x equals to minus 1, and it is plus 1 plus minus 1 plus 4 7 ja 28 by 2. It means 1 plus minus under root 29 by 2. It means that from this inequalities we can say that either x less than 1 minus under root 29 by 2 or x greater than 1 plus under root 29 by 2. Then, and this is 3, okay, and we have to take first, second and third. We have to take intersection in 1, 2nd and 3rd. And what will be the intersection? Intersection means what will be the common, and you should see here that it is saying that x greater than 0. It is saying that x greater than equals to -7. Between these two inequality, you can say that x greater than 0 is common. X greater than 0 is common, and when you apply between these two, x greater than 0 is common, and when we apply intersection with 3, it is greater than 1 plus under root 29 by 2, which is also greater than 0. Okay, it means that x greater than 0 and x greater than 1 plus under root 29 by 2, then intersection will be 1 intersection, 2 intersection, and that is 3. That will be equals to x greater than 1 plus under root 29 by 2. That is the answer. And you can write it also, 1 x belongs to 1 plus under root 29 by 2 to the infinity. Is there any problem? No. Okay, please note it down. Let's see the next question on the basis of this concept. Okay, this is the YB2, Yamuna Babu concept number 2, YB2. Okay, let's see. And the third one question is, second one is, under root of x square is less than x plus 1. Okay. Is there any difficulties in taking intersection? Because it is simply saying that x greater than 0, it is saying that x greater than -7, it means that the common is x greater than 0, and this inequality is saying that x should be less than 1 minus root 29 by 2, and this is x greater than under root 1 plus under root 29 by 2. It means that between these two, x greater than 0, and from taking intersection with third, x greater than under root 1 plus under root 29 by 2. That is the answer. Okay, now the second one is, okay, it means that, and what I have taught you, under root x square equals to modulus of x. Under root x square equals to modulus of x. Under root of x square equals to modulus of x is less than x plus 1, and as we know that modulus of x equals to x when x greater than equals to 0. When x is greater than equals to 0, it means that you will write x is less than x plus 1 from this condition. Okay, and you will cut x, then 0 is less than 1, and from this condition, you are watching that 0 is less than 1, and modulus of x is minus x when x less than 0. Okay, let's see here first. Because modulus of x greater than 0, when you are taking x greater than equals to 0, inequality is always true. 0 is always less than 1, no? 0 is always less than 1. Okay, that's why our answer should be this case. X should be greater than 0. It means that x greater than equals to 0, for x greater than equals to 0, it will be always true. Okay, from this case, if 0 is less than 1, it means that a case is true. When case is true, then for x greater than equals to 0, your inequality is true. Okay, and when you apply modulus equals to minus x for x less than 0, then minus of x is less than x plus 1 is less than x plus 1. It means that minus x come here and becomes plus x. 0 is less than 2x plus 1, and x is greater than minus 1 by 2 here. From 1 will come right hand side and -1. Okay, that is true. X greater than -1 by 2. X greater than -1 by 2 and condition is x less than 0, and this is 1 and this is 2. Okay, let name it as a case A and case B. Okay, the when you are solving case B, there is two condition, x less than 0 and x greater than -1 by 2. Then what will the intersection inside this case B? The intersection will be 1 intersection 2 will be what? It is saying that x less than 0. It is saying that x greater than -1 by 2. It means that intersection will be x belongs to -1 by 2 to the 0. -1 by 2 to the 0. And this one is my first condition. This one is my first condition. Let's write here P, and this is Q. This is Q because as we know that no, you don't know that, because when we take a case inside inequality, when then you should apply union, because case is not a condition. Case is not a such condition, this condition, that these are the conditions which verifying the inequality. This case are not such condition that verifying your inequality. These are the case. Okay, it means that if you are going to your house, if you are going from your house to Delhi, it means when you walk from your house from a certain town, there is certain path. Okay, this is the first case. And when you take a bus from that town where you have reached, okay, then that is the second case. Okay, that is not the condition, that is the second case. But condition is that you will not move to Delhi by foot. No, you have to go through the vehicles or train or aeroplane. Okay, it means that these are the condition, these are the condition of the inequality, but this is the case. So we will take union. Inside case. Okay, then the union will be P union Q will be what? X belongs to -1 by 2 to 0 here, and x is greater than equals to 0. Okay, it means that when you will take union here, the answer will be -1 by 2 to infinity. Okay, got it? Okay, and let's see question number third. Question number third is under root of x square minus 3x minus 10 is less than 8 minus x. Under root of x square minus 3x minus 10 is less than 8 minus x. That was the three condition. First one is 8 minus x. First one is 8 minus x should be greater than 0, and second one is x square minus 3x minus 10 less than 8 minus x whole square, and third one is x square minus 3x minus 10 greater than equals to 0. Okay, it means that from the first, x is less than 8, and from second one you have to solve it, and x square minus, and what will be the factor of this quadratic? X minus 5 and x plus 2 is greater than equals to 0. x minus 5 into x plus 2 is greater than equals to 0. It means that x belongs to minus infinity to minus 2 union 5 to infinity. Okay, that's okay. Okay, and when you solve this, x square minus 3x minus 10 less than x square 64 and minus 16x, cancel by x square and x square, and this 16x and this is 13x, and this will 74 and x less than 74 by 13. X less than 74 by 13. Here x less than 8. Here x less than 8, that is true. Okay. So, and this is around 5 point something. 13 6 ja 78 or something, no? Okay. It means that it is less than 5 point something, and it is saying that one intersection, second intersection, third. This is your one, this is your second, and this is your third. You can put it on the number line also. X equals to, where is minus 2, 5, and 74 by 13 is greater than 5 and 8. Okay, these are the numbers. Okay, and the first condition says this is your first condition, this is your second condition, and this is third condition. First condition says x less than 8 means up to minus infinity. Okay, and the second one says x less than 24 by 13. Okay, and third one says x minus infinity to minus 2. Third one says this, and 5 to infinity. What is the common? This part is common between three inequality. It means that your answer is x belongs to 5 to 74 by 13. That is your answer. Okay. That was the Yamuna Babu concept number 2. That was the Yamuna Babu concept number 2 of irrational inequality. Okay. Then I will write here three condition more, three concept more. Okay, and you have to do in a similar way. Okay. Okay. Then note it down first, and then write concept number YB3. First YB3. Okay, note it down. YB3. Where is YB3? Is there any problem? No? Okay, good. Good and very good also. Okay. Okay. YB3 says, have you noted down here? Okay. First one is 2n of fx is greater than gx. Then first is fx gx should be, if gx is less than 0, then a square root is always greater than 0. Okay, because if it is negative. Okay, first note it down. Okay, I will explain these three concepts simultaneously. Okay, then fx is less than and it means that here gx is greater than 0. The second one is fx greater than 0 whole square. Okay, note it down. Then see here, what will happen? I am explaining this concept, and if you find a question, such as this inequality, you have to take case 1 and case 2. Okay, and third one you can apply also. Fx should also be greater than 0. Okay, not equals to, because 0, because there is no need of third condition. Okay, from these two you can find easily your answer. Okay, then there is a waste of time applying this inequality. Okay, you can apply, or as your mind says. Okay, if you want to apply fx greater than equals to 0, then you can apply. If you don't want to apply, okay, let's see. Then the case first says when gx is less than 0, it means that gx is a negative number. Then it is always true that a square root is always greater than a negative number. Only we have to do that fx should be greater than equals to 0. That is the condition. Okay, and you will take intersection here, 1 intersection 2. Okay, this is case 1. Okay, and this is case 2. When gx is greater than 0, fx is greater than gx whole square, and third one is inside the square root, fx greater than equals to 0. But as we know that when a square root is always positive, when you have made it positive, then there is no need to say fx greater than equals to 0. Fx is greater than equals to 0. Then fx is greater than equals to 0, because it is a waste of time. Okay, and you can apply it also. Okay, then these are three conditions. Okay, and here you will also take intersection. Okay, and by this two case, you will write the answer will be, we will write answer case 1 union case 2. Case 1 union case 2. Okay, and case 1 union case 2. Note it down. This is the Yamuna Babu concept number 3, and that is the Yamuna Babu concept number 4 is concept number 4 is, I am writing concept number 4 is as similar as it is. Okay, but here gx can be 0, no? Here gx can be 0. But YB concept number 4 says 2n fx by gx is greater than 0, is greater than 1. It means that what is the difference between these two inequalities? It means that there is a slight difference. It means that here gx can be 0, here gx cannot be 0. Here gx can be 0, here gx can be 0, but here gx cannot be 0. Okay, then the conditions are same. Then note it down. Gx is less than 0, and gx is, when gx is less than 0, then then fx is greater than 0, because when gx is less than 0, you will fx greater than 0. Is there writing any wrong? No, fx greater than 0. Okay, got it. That is right. Or this is case 1. Okay, and when the case 2 says when gx is greater than 0, you will apply first condition gx is greater than 0, second condition is fx greater than gx whole square, fx greater than gx whole square. Okay, and YB concept number 5, YB concept number 5 says that when 2nth under root or 1 by 2nth power gx less than 1, then what will be the condition? First one is YB concept number 5, then gx should be greater than 0, because when gx is negative, is it possible that any negative, okay, possible, okay, I have done little mistake. Okay, less than 1, no, because when gx less than 0, you will multiply, when you will multiply, then it will look like as it is. Okay, and when gx is greater than 0, fx should be greater than 0. Third one, you should apply fx greater than equals to 0, fx greater than equals to 0. By mistake I have written here. Okay, fx should be greater than 0 and fx greater than gx whole square. Okay, then the third one is gx, if gx greater than 0 and whole square, what is, that's a right, less than 1, less than 0, fx greater than 0. Case 2 is gx greater than 0 and fx gx whole square, and gx should be greater than 0, then fx is less than gx to the power 2n. Okay, then you have to take intersection only, and that is the answer is 1 intersection 2. If there is a confusion, you have to compare with the previous two concepts. Okay, and there is no problem inside it. Okay, I have written wrong here, because when gx is less than 0, when you multiply, the inequality will change automatically, because this is a negative number and you are multiplying in an inequality, then the inequality will change and it will transform into this inequality. So that's why this condition are here. Okay, and when case 2, when you are applying gx is greater than 0, when gx is greater than 0, it means that this expression is positive and you can multiply here and compare with the concept number 2, that 1 by 2nth power of fx is less than gx, and you were applying this concept 1, 2 and 3. So if you are finding the difficulties in this any concept, then think basically, don't worry. Okay, think basically and apply the second and third concept. Okay, these are the irrational inequalities. Okay, sorry for written wrong here. Okay, bye.